Hey folks, Jeff ArizonaHotHomestead. Today, I got an update on my room here. Let me show you what I got going on. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. My name is Jeff ArizonaHotHomestead. And work continues here on the homestead. Got to get the building built. And that's what I'm working on here. So let's take a look at what I got behind me and I'll show you what I've done. I think it's kind of clever. It's a little corny, but I like it. Let's take a look. The wall between the trailer and the main room is going up. I'm not attaching the wall to the RV at all. I've got this foam. I got a board here. I'll put another board here. I'm going to put some spray foam in here. Help seal off that a little bit more. The reason why that's like that is because of the window. We'll have steps right there. But more important, here's what I want to show. There was a light right there. And all I did was just put an electrical box. Tapped into it. This is DC wiring. That was an outlet. So I came through with the wires. So when the wall goes to attach here, this would just come right on through and I could utilize it. This guy here provides a lot of heat. This is the furnace. We've got a heat shield here. And then there'll be a heat shield on this wall here. However, this wall is going to also have a door to it, so that I have an access point to this in case I need to replace it. I've got this one over here, the heat sink done on this one as well. This is for the water heater. So it's coming along. So my next thing right now is that board wasn't long enough. And then we put up this wall and we forgot to put that in, so I'll just fill that in right there. And then there's going to be, we'll attach it the same way here. We'll do it across here and outline this door so I could still utilize the door. And then we'll have steps. So let me continue to work. Here is my room. Just show you a little bit of it. Got a wall there, a couple windows. On the other side of this would be a bathroom. Got my ceiling. Got this wall here. And then this, that's kind of my makeshift dog door for the RV. The RV basically is the bedroom / kitchen. And what I've basically done is I have incorporated this into this build that I've been doing. So let me show you how we have done it. First off, the stairs. The metal steps, they just bolted on. I just unbolted them. No big deal. Then you pick up one of these at the local hardware store. It's already built. Goes like say. I marked some holes. So what I did was I set this down here, crawled up underneath, and marked where those holes were on the bolt holes. And I got bolts, obviously bigger bolts, because now had to go through 1.5 inch piece of wood, and in a big flat washer, big fender washer, so that and then a locking bolts on the other side. In fact, I actually put 2 bolts on the other side, or not bolts, nuts on the other side, just to keep them from coming loose. And I put one on each end, obviously, and this is not the finished product, but this is kind of the foundation, and then there'll be another layer on top of it that will be more finished. But to do so, I ended up having to run a spacer here. So this is the stringer And then I got a spacer here so that I can attach to this wall right here. This little makeshift wall so I can open and close the door. Okay. The same thing applied over here. You can see that little spacer basically is all it is, what I'm calling it. And that goes all the way back and attaches to the stringer. And then I have, see how well you can see that little angle bracket? That's just to help hold the stringer in place. Plus they're all nailed and screwed and glued and all that stuff. And then they're also attached to this wall here. Now, this wall there's a little bit of space here so I can still put a finished product on here, but the door will open and close still. But what I did was, let's see if we can see it up here. See that pink stuff right there? I got some of this foam that I put between the RV and the wood. And then I basically just built it out. Nothing is attached to the RV. There is no nails in the RV, no screws in the RV. This is just flush pushed up against it. That's it. And then this wall is in place because we've nailed it up above, and obviously it's nailed down below as well. So the wall's not going anywhere. The header was just kind of, I don't know, a box header, whatever. This is just to fill in the gap up here. And there'll be another piece of OSB here, then I'll still be able to have enough room to put the finished product there. And the same thing with all out here, I'll be able to put a layer of OSB, then the finished wall on the outside of this. This is before I put the, here's that pink stuff. This tape here is just to hold it in place while we're doing this. This nail just nails these two here together. So this cavity, obviously I'll fill this cavity up with some insulation. I use some of the spray foam here just to kind of help seal up the corners. This here is the skirting of the RV. So I guess really this is the only piece that's attached to the RV. So the skirting, then I put some spray foam in there, but the skirting actually screwed into the side just like it would be for a regular skirting. And then this is just attached to this basically. So I guess you could say it's attached to the RV. So that's basically what I did for this entryway, and the other doorway was the exact same type of thing. Let me show you the other doorway real quick. Not as much of a glare here. I haven't finished the header on this one yet, but this one I could go, this is for the bathroom. So that's the bedroom in there. So coming into a bathroom. So I didn't need this to open all the way open like the other door. I gotta cut that spray foam off. Now this wall here I was able just to go right butted up against the RV. And then this one I had to build out just like I did the other one. This is just that house wrap, like a Tyvek type house wrap, just as a moisture barrier. But I like this wall I did just because it also is going to help hold my rafters and header and all that in place. So yeah, I got to seal that up. Now, one concern that I had was when things go bad, like my hot water heater here, or like over here I have the furnace, I have to have access to it. So what I basically did was I got in here and like on the skirting of the RV, I put some flashing on here, I put some flashing on the side. This is the only place where it actually blows out hot. There is some, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, but I put some flashing on top here. Let's see if we can see this stuff here. Can you see that? There's some flashing up in there so that will help with the heat on the wood. And if you notice, it was a corrugated metal, so that kind of helps the space with the corrugation. Is that a word, corrugation? And then I just use some of this aluminum tape to kind of help seal up some of it. And basically I built this cavity, and then I got these here. Now this is bigger than what it needs to be, but that's a 22 by 22 metal access panel. I got two of the exact same size. That one could have been like a 14 by 20, and they didn't have a size similar. And this one here, oh, I forget the exact dimension of this here, but it was pretty close, like 18 by 20 or something. So 22 by 22 seemed to be a good universal, so I went with two of them the same size, and then I just flashed the daylights out of the boxing. And I just boxed this up kind of similar to what you would for a window frame. And so when I have the finished wall on there, this here will go on that finished wall. And I could paint this, I could put something over it. I think I'll have something in front of it, so that way if I ever needed to, I can still get into it. And being metal, that heat coming off of there isn't going to bother that at all. So that's basically it. I just wanted to show you guys how I was connecting this room to the RV. Basically it's just pushed up against it, and obviously that tape, when everything is completed, you won't be able to see that tape. I'll probably paint this or put wallpaper or something on there, make it more attractive. That's the refrigerator, so I've already got access to that. And since this door will be open majority of the time, you're not going to see that. And now this is going to, in the future, give me the luxury of getting rid of this, because this room will be heated, so I won't need that as much. And then we'll just maybe put it in this here in the screen door, but we'll talk about that later. Just wanted to show you how I was connecting the room to the RV. Really not connected, it's just pushed up against it. So there, earlier in the video I showed the DC wires coming out of the trailer, the RV. So there it is into the wall. And down here it is the electric part, the AC power coming in. I just got that going to an outlet, and then I've got them both going over here to a switch. So this one's going to be my DC switch, that's an AC switch, and then that is going to have another wire that goes up to a light, because this area right here is going to be like a dining table. Now just so you know, I did these just because I had the spacing. When we went to put up the wall in the OSB is connected to the 4x4s that hold up the Versatube. And so when we did that, the wind over time actually had pushed these back. They were at one time flush. So these are flush, these are plumb 90 degrees to the ground, and this here slopes back a little bit. So we got a little bit of a gap. So we did this just to help make this a little stiffer. I had to cut this because this just happened to be right on that 2x4. So we just cut it, did this guy. Now what I've also done, since earlier in the video I went ahead and added this. This is a fire rated spray foam. So there was a gap in here, so I just sprayed and made sure that I had the gap. I also did it on the bottom. I did it on both of them. So this area here I just put extra in. Probably didn't need it, but it makes me feel, it gives me a peace of mind. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comments. Because you gotta like, subscribe, because there's more stuff going on. Don't know when it's happening, but it's gonna happen. See you, bye, have fun. Woohoo!